Assalamu alaikum students, I am Sidra Khalil, your course instructor of the subject modern novel, and today we are over here with novel To the Lighthouse. In previous week, you people know very well that we have started a new novel, that is To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf, and I told you about the introduction of the Virginia Woolf. She was also the member of the Bloomsbury group, her main concerns, her ideas, and we have already discussed about some of the characters of the novel To the Lighthouse. So after keeping in mind the characters of the novel, now let me start my today's lecture, that is about the summary of the To the Lighthouse. So To the Lighthouse, actually I told you that it is not a plot, although plot is not the most important element of this novel actually, but we should know while reading the novel To the Lighthouse that describe what happens in this book, in this novel. And first you people know that where and when does To the Lighthouse take place, its time period and its setting. So the novel take place on the Isle of Skye in Scotland in 1910s, where the Ramsays family habitually goes to spend their summer vacation in their summer house at their. So the novel is divided into the three parts. So again the novel is divided in three parts. The very first part is the window, the next part is the time passes, and the next part is the lighthouse. So the novel start with the window portion, and Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay, they are basically their youngest child James. He wished that they must go to visit the lighthouse, but Mr. Ramsay says that they can't go because the weather is not going to be agreeable. This causes both Mrs. Ramsay and James to feel resentment towards Mr. Ramsay, his father. Later, some friends come to visit the Ramsay family, including Lily Briscoe, a painter. You should know, you should remember who is a painter, creating a portrait of the Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay. Another friend, Charles Tensley, makes comments that women cannot paint or write, and he also praises Mr. Ramsay's work as a philosophy professor. So these comments make Lily feel obnoxious and doubtful about herself in general and her specific portrait she is currently working on. So later still, the Ramsays, they host a dinner party at their summer house, and they invited some of the guests. Some guests are also uninvited. A poet named Augustus Carmichael asks for a second bowl of soup, which angers Mr. Ramsay. When their acquaintances Paul Riley and Minta Doyle are late to the dinner party because Minta lost her grandmother's brooch on the beach, Mrs. Ramsay gets angry. So this is the first part of the novel, the window. Now I am discussing about the part 2 of the novel, time passes. It is mostly told from an omniscient point of view rather than individual characters' perspective, like section 1, the window portion. In terms of page length, section is very much short, but when we talk about the time period of this section, it comprises of the 10 years. So but 10 years go by in the novel. This span of 10 years included the entirety of the World War I that occurred in 1914 to 1918. Three of the Ramsays also died. Mrs. Ramsay, whose cause of death is unspecified in the novel, their son Andrew Ramsay, who is killed in World War I, and their daughter Prue, who dies during the childbirth. Without his wife to talk to, Mr. Ramsay feels lost. He feels like obnoxious and like he does not have someone to support him in his work and life. The only character whose internal monologues are featured in section 2 is Mrs. McNabb. She is basically their housekeeper, who was the Mrs. Ramsay's housekeeper at their summer house, and she provides an outsider perspective on how things in the family have changed over the decade. Now the next part, that is the lighthouse part. Some of the Ramsays family members and their friends are once again at their summer house after the death of their family members, especially Mrs. Ramsay's death and some of the other children of the Mr. Ramsay. 10 years after part 1, Mr. Ramsay decided to take his son James and daughter Camilla on their delayed sailing trip to the lighthouse, which he wished in the first part of the novel, The Window. So they are getting their consent, but eventually they go. On the way, James and Camilla are silent because they resent their father for making them go to the lighthouse, which he allowed, which they are no longer excited about. However, along the way, James is pleasantly surprised because of his father praises James' ability to keep the sailboat steady, instead of being harsh like he was usually having the same style and same attitude. Camilla also warms up to her father during the trip, while the others sail towards a lighthouse. Lily continues to walk on the same portrait of the Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay that she had started in the part section 1 of the novel, that is a window 10 years ago. She tries hard to remember the images in her mind of how their faces looked 10 years ago. And while trying to imagine the late Mrs. Ramsay face, Lily tries to realize truths about life and death as well. Just as the others in the sailboat reach the lighthouse, Lily finally finishing the painting of the Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay's portrait and feels satisfied with it. She decided this feeling of satisfaction with the job she has done is more important to her than leaving behind some sort of legacy behind after she dies. So this is actually perhaps provide some relief to the anxiety she felt in the part 1 about how others perceived her as a women artist. So detailed character analysis of the two characters we have to do after the reading the summary, then Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay's character. So first of all, I will start with Mrs. Ramsay's character. In the novel To the Lighthouse, Mrs. Ramsay is a selfless lady, empathetic, responsible, loving figure who acts as a family's center, tirelessly working to unite people and mediate conflicts. But her psychological need for approval and fear of conflict can also make her seem passively dependent on her husband, Mr. Ramsay. And Mr. Ramsay is also a brilliant character, but emotionally volatile, intellectual, whose insecurity drives a need for sympathy and validation from his wife and children. He is a kind of a character that oscillates between a cold, selfish exterior and a vulnerable, needy interior, making him a complex figure who both demands and receives admiration for his courage and dignity. Mrs. Ramsay, she is actually a unifying force. She is portrayed as the emotional hub of the family. She constantly striving to create harmony and connection among her family members, among her guests, and among her personal life as well, among her children. So she is a selfless mediator. If I talk about Mrs. Ramsay's character, so Mrs. Ramsay acts to smooth over her husband's harsh words and embarrassing outbursts, and actively she tries to orchestrate romantic pairing between the guests like Paul and Minte. I discussed with you while discussing the characters. And Mrs. Ramsay, she is a passive dependent character. She can be seen as a passively dependent on Mr. Ramsay's need for her. And her constant efforts to meet his demands can feel like a drain on her own psychic energy. So she confesses to a need to obey the wishes of the others, especially of her family, of her children, of her husband as well, even at the expense of her own desires, even at the expense on the sacrifices of her own desires. So a psychological complex character, she is actually who seems to embody the traditional feminine ideal, but also harbors a deep-seated need for external validation and feels a sense of resignation in her marriage. So these are the personality traits of Mrs. Ramsay character. Now let me start about the detailed analysis of Mr. Ramsay's character. He was actually an intellectual tyrant. He is characterized as a brilliant but arrogant intellectual who can be rude, who can be selfish and emotionally volatile, often lashing out at his own children and guests also. And if I talk about Mr. Ramsay's character, he shows insecurity and neediness. Despite of all his intellectual achievements, he is deeply insecure about his work and legacy, which fuels a powerful need for sympathy and reassurance from Mrs. Ramsay and other people. And if I talk about Mr. Ramsay's character, his character is like a childlike vulnerability. He is portrayed as being childlike in his demands for attention, even comparing himself to a large sea lion who needs to be fed with attention and praise from his wife and children. So his character is actually having a contradictory nature if I talk about Mr. Ramsay's character. So Mr. Ramsay is a contradiction, a man who can be a source of great anger and frustration, but also a source of comfort and admiration. So mixed traits are there of the personality of Mr. Ramsay. He embodies the complexity of the adult male ego with its inherent vulnerabilities and need for both respect and love. So this is the nature of Mr. Ramsay. So in today's lecture, students, we have discussed in detail about the three parts of the novel. Again, I am repeating, the novel is consist of the three sections of the part. The very first part is the the window. Number 2 is time passes, and number 3 is the lighthouse. And after that, we have discussed in detail about the character analysis of Mr. and Mrs. Ramsay character. I hope so that you will understand all the points very well. So students, if you have any kind of a issue, you can ask questions from me in your discussion room also. So thank you so much for listening me. Allah Hafiz. Stay blessed.